How was that coming back to?
I mean, it was a really good feeling. All the football players were really excited to see him. I think a lot of them went home and then actually came back just to meet the football team, and they just wanted to meet everybody and tell them how proud they were of us. So, I mean, it was a great feeling for us.
The players, especially the three to Cody's side, because you're freshmen and you've only kind of seen the beginning.
This is two juniors, a freshman, and a sophomore.
Well, the other guys have been here practicing while that thing has been built, so they've seen it. Now that you're finally going to play in this stadium with all that together, what are you looking? I'm sure you're looking forward to playing in that. What's it going to be like playing in the? What kind of emotions do all three of you guys have playing in the basically the new stadium?
Well, I hope that this win brings more fans to the games, because I think that we deserve it now to have more fan support than we had in the past couple of years. I mean, the first home game used to be okay crowd, but going on the season it goes down. But now I think this season will stay up.
And you do know when they're there. It makes a difference.
Texas, you've seen them from the start.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Just for the simple fact that on defense, the crowd noise. We're trying to get as much pressure as we can on this quarterback next week. The more crowd noise, the more he's gonna have to focus in. He may miss a call or something, and that open up an opportunity for us to get a pick or a sack or any advantage we can get, we'll take. So I'm definitely excited about the bigger stadium and a lot of fan support. That's gonna be really great.
I'm gonna piggyback on Texas. That's what I'm most excited about. More people coming and being loud, because nothing gets us more prepared to play than having an exciting crowd. Well, me anyway. Even if we're doing good either way, I would like to have some people making noise, especially when we're on defense. Because, like you said, that does make a difference. Like last week, we had, I think, 3 penalties because of noise. We couldn't go on the verbal cadence. We had to change everything up. So that's a really big thing, like having a 12th man, as they say, in the crowd.
Is it pretty now? I mean, talk about it from Adam. You get excited because it looks like something instead it's just like a skeleton of a stadium.
Oh yeah, it's nice now. Definitely.
I'm going to try to get these guys, Coach James, if we can. Because they're sort of like me. They ain't never been up there, and it's one thing looking up at it. It's quite a bit different. I mean, when you get there, it's wow. I'm going to try to figure out a way to. This is an off day to snake them over in the lobby over there. If they'll let us get up to, those floors, just let them get off, look, come back.
Marquez, can you talk about, just from your perspective, because I imagine all you would say the same thing, but that moment of when the game's won, when the 2-point conversion and you win the game, I'm assuming that there wasn't, I'm sure it was definitely quiet, I guess is what they might say, or the reaction. Can you explain that moment?
Talking about when we went at the end of the game?
Yes. As far as, not on your sideline, but just, I'm sure the stadium just went.
Oh, yeah.
The silent just explain how that felt to you.
It was great. At first, I didn't even know Calvin got in. I didn't know. I was looking because I was standing behind somebody, and then everybody started jumping up and down, so I was like, oh, yeah, we won. So we just took off and ran on the field. Just the first thing that caught my eye was just to see them walk away. And I went and chased down Poe, telling him a good game. He didn't have anything negative to say. He just said we had a good game. But that was the first thing that caught my eye, just to see them walk away. And, I wouldn't want to have that feeling, basically.
Did any of you guys notice the crowd just, you're in a situation where I'm sure it's completely insane with, crowd noise to go into that. Or were we just too busy celebrating, probably?
I was too busy celebrating.
Yeah,
we were in our own world at that moment.
I thought it was pretty loud myself.
Have y'all, when you got back and maybe on the weekend, I don't know what they did get with it yesterday, but all day Saturday they were playing. Did y'all watch the ESPNs and every time it come on and say, and what was y'all reaction to all of that, seeing that? All you guys can talk about it, because it's a complete deal.
Well, that's always been a dream to make it on ESPN, to me anyway, and to even make the top 10 plays. So, we made like number 2 for a situation we was in, and that's
They had TVs on the bus, is that right? So is that the first time you saw the, I guess you're driving home, y'all were able to sit on it?
Yeah, I stayed. I know they probably saw it before I did. I stayed with my parents, and I was at Applebee's actually. And my dad was talking to a guy, one of our teammates' father at the bar, and he runs his mouth so much, so I went to go get him my daddy's food ready.
You're telling it all now.
And I went to go get him, and then it popped up on the screen, and then I didn't see it. Somebody actually, like, that's you up there? And I looked, and I was like, oh, man, that's cool. I mean, normally it's different. Like, this is different. Like, we don't get that kind of exposure that much, but to see it finally, I mean, it felt really good, but I wasn't like, I don't know, but it felt good, though. It felt good.
Tell me about when you first saw it. Were you on the bus?
Yeah, we were on the bus, and everyone was kind of huddled up around the TV, just glued to the monitor, and just come on, and Jacksonville State. Now, it was weird hearing that on ESPN, and you know how those guys are. They love seeing those upsets, and seeing Coop catch that pass, and they zoomed in on his foot and everything, and it was just a great feeling. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy seeing that.
I think Mike Ferris got more airtime than anybody this week.
That was a great call. I've listened to that like 5 times.
You can make it a ringtone.
We got a rule. It's going to be gone at the end of this day.
I was going to ask you, there's a certain coach in the state that has a 24-hour rule, but this is a holiday.
Yeah, it's a holiday. We're going to, and we're going to watch. I'm going to watch Boise State play tonight. They probably are too. Got to sort of live where you're at. When that thing is over with now, we're messing with being naive.
What going way forward with this game? I remember when App State beat Michigan in 2007. Most of the conversation in that regard for them was that, well, okay, since they beat Michigan now, if they don't either play for or win a national championship at this point of the season, I mean, that game's meaningless, and that's the only pinnacle from that point on. What's the, what is that dynamic for this team when now that you've beaten Ole Miss? Again, it doesn't get you in the playoffs or anything.
We have said playing for a national championship around here ever since these guys have been here. Right? So that game didn't create that mindset. Okay, that mindset has been here. And we built that. We made that statement. We just have to acknowledge the truth of it. We'll see where we are in the polls. We talked about what the polls mean in the playoff system. So that reinforces it enormously. Now, Jerry Moore and I were on the phone last night for an hour. They played Lenore Ryan the next game. He said, thank goodness, which was significantly different than us playing Chattanooga, who they just got through playing. And they lost 2 conference games that year. They lost 2 conference games, barely got in the playoffs, and then picked it back up.
Is there an element or a circumstance that if X doesn't happen, Saturday is a moot point or meaningless result?
I don't think you could ever say it's meaningless. It'll certainly take the shine off the diamond.
If what doesn't happen?
If we don't follow it up playing better than we played the last time we played. And we said one thing. In fact, at halftime, I said, I don't care what the score is. We're going to be better when we leave here than we are right now or when we came here. I didn't foresee all that happening. Please don't give me any credit for it happening. I didn't foresee that. But I'll say this right now. We're going to be a better team when we line up against Chattanooga, and we're going to be a better team when we leave. One way or the other, what they do determines what I do. And I do trust them. Tell them whatever you want to.